Did you see the post that I put out last week? And if you did not, I'll put it up here on the screen as well. This was a post by Gary Vee, and it was just a simple chart that shows that we are 8% of the way through the year at the end of January. So if you're watching this as we're posting it and putting it out, we are just a little bit over 1 month through the year. So there's one of two things that probably happens when you saw this. And I got several different angry DMs saying, how dare I let somebody know that we're 8% of the way through the year? I thought it was funny, but one of two things is really gonna happen. First is you're gonna look at that and you're gonna feel personally attacked because you're not where you want to be this far in the year. Second thing that can happen is you're going to look at that and you're going to say, yeah, I'm on pace. I'm doing what I need to do in order to hit my goal, and I'm on pace to hit it. So that's fantastic. So you're going to feel one of two ways, or maybe I guess you could feel somewhere in between. And here's the reality is there are two completely different things that you have to make a choice from if you're not on pace to hit your goals. And the goals are the ones that you set literally just a month ago at the beginning of the year. You said were the most important things that you were going to accomplish this year. And if we're 8% in and you're not on pace, this video I'm going to talk about the one of the two different things you're going to have to make the decision on what you're going to do. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Christian Stubbs. I am a team leader here at Onyx Homes, and I share these videos, and we've named this channel Start to Finish for a lot of different reasons. But the main one is when I hear a lot of people out in the industry talking about how to become successful or what to do, is they'll give you the very short version of their early in the business and they did this thing and it really worked well and now they're super successful. And in this channel is we really talk about the things that are all in that in between. Your origin story is great and being successful is fantastic, and that's all good. But the actual day-to-day things that we as real estate agents, as business owners and team leaders that we need to do in our business, that's what we're sharing here on this channel. And that's why we call it Start to Finish. Whether you're starting in the business as a new agent, whether you're starting a team or you're growing a team, we're talking about that entire middle point, that dash in between start to finish. All right, so let's dive into this. So if you're not on pace to hit your goals, first, let's do kind of a mindset shift, if you will. It's okay to not be on your goals just 1 month into the year or 8% of the way through the year like the post says, but the reality is you do have a decision to make. But first, let's talk about the mindset of it. Is you can say, oh crap, I'm already behind on my goals, and go down on yourself. Or you can look at the opposite side. Now I have 92% of the year, I have 11 months to go through and make up for what I didn't do in January, right? So that's the mindset that I would adopt if you're not on your goals. But now, more importantly, is you have two options here if you're not hitting your goals. And if you are, it's fantastic, I love this, but this is a very important lesson for any time. So if you're not on pace to your goal, you have option one over here, which is to change your activities that are going to actually get you to your goal. So that might mean adding more income producing activities to your calendar, which we'll get to later, or it might means you need to make an adjustment. Whatever that adjustment is, we'll get to in a minute. But you either change your activities, meaning you increase your activities so that you can hit your goal, or you need to change the goal. If you're not willing to do the activities required to hit your goal, then having that goal is silly. You're certainly not helping yourself, you're not helping anybody else by having a goal that you're not willing to put in the work to actually do. And sometimes, and this is for me, if you've heard any of our business planning stuff that we talk about, I hate the 1 year goal. I think it's ridiculous. We look at things on a much shorter time horizon, but we'll get to that later in the video. But it may be you set a really outrageous goal at the beginning of the year and you're realizing, okay, shoot, there's a lot of work that's required to get there. Maybe you just need to adjust that to where you really, really want to be, right? So this could be an issue that was right from the bat. We just set an outrageous goal and we are shooting for the moon. If we hit the stars, we're happy. I personally hate that style of business planning. When I set a goal, I am 100% hitting that goal. That's my mindset. So you need to either adjust your activities in order to hit that goal, or you need to make an adjustment to the goal. Those are the two different things. Me personally, myself, like I said, when I set a goal, I am doing everything I can to hit that goal, but I do also make my goals realistic. So I always vote for activity. All right, now here's the reality, and I am not gonna talk in this video about adjusting your goals. We do a ton of business planning on this channel, so I'm gonna talk about that every quarter forever, so you can see other content on that elsewhere. We're gonna talk on this video about this side, which is adding your income producing activities to your calendar. If you're not where you wanna be as far as production so far this year, frankly, whenever you're listening to this, if you're not where you wanna be, you are going to need to add more income producing activities to your calendar. Now, my first piece of advice is to take a very hard look at what you're doing in your day-to-day work and see how much of it's nonsense. See how much of it does not make you any money at all. One of the major reasons with our team, we try to take away as much responsibility as possible from our agents so they can just focus on sales. So how much of what is on your plate is not income producing activities? So that is first and foremost. Now, The next thing is, if you have big goals, let's go back to this one. If you have really big goals you've set, which I've set really big goals for our company this year and myself personally, is your calendar is going to be really full, and my calendar super full. So that is just a reality that if you have big goals, if you want to make multiple six figures in this business or even seven figures, your calendar is going to be incredibly full of income producing activities, not of nonsense. So here's a very, very real example. Again, I am going to share exactly what's going on in our business. So if that sounds good to you, like this video, subscribe to the channel, make sure you're on our email list because they send more detailed information there as well too. All right, here's a very, very real example. I've got my notes down here so I don't get the numbers wrong. Is for the last 5 weeks, we're 5 weeks into the year, this is the 6th week for me, is I have been completely booked on my calendar every 15 minutes for the entire year so far. And what I mean by that is Monday through Friday, my calendar is completely booked Monday through Friday every 15 minutes. That has been something that has led to me going on 89 total appointments for an average of 18 appointments per week, which is, those are rounding errors there, but that's how many appointments I've been going on every week. And this week, when I was preparing for my week, which I do every Sunday, I looked at my calendar, I'm like, whoa, there's not 18 appointments there. And I have a couple different options. Well, I have 2 different options. Number one, I can take a slower week and just be like, oh, okay, I'll take a little bit of a break, a little bit of a relaxing week this week. And if it continues next week or the week after, then I'll start to really figure out what I need to make a change here. Or go back to this is, what do I need to make a change in order to get back to right where I need to be? Because where I've been so far with my personal goals that I have within the company is I'm ahead of pace quite significantly. And I don't want to fall behind by having a couple of slow weeks. While I could, and I'd still be on pace to hit my goal, I don't want to do that because I have such high goals, right? I'm adding income producing activities. So here are the 3 things that I need to do in order to get the appointments back on my table, right? The instant that I saw this problem Sunday, I said, okay, I need to figure out what's going on here. Here's the 3 things that I got them written down. Number 1 is that I need to follow up with more leads that I have not had a conversation with. So the amount of follow-up that I currently have in my system for the leads that I haven't talked to yet is apparently not enough to be continuously booking my calendar with the number of appointments that I want to have in there, right? So that's number 1, is increasing the number of follow-ups that are happening to the leads that I have not had a conversation with. That's 1. Number 2 is I need to add more value to the leads who are not ready to actually set an appointment yet. I have a huge announcement coming that I'm so excited I could barely keep from adding it into this video, but I'm not gonna announce it now. So number 2 is that I need to add way more value to the people who are not quite ready to book an appointment yet. There's a lot of information coming on that I can't wait for. Number 3 is a lead nurturing system for the leads that are way higher up in the funnel. So somebody who's not ready to talk to me yet, they don't wanna have a conversation, they're gonna take that value that I mentioned in point number 2, but I need to have more nurture for those people who are farther away from doing the end goal. And in case you're wondering, I'm not in production as a real estate agent at all. 0% of my time is focused on my own personal sales. My entire focus is on growing my company and helping my agents grow their individual businesses. So these activities that I just mentioned, adding more follow-up to the people who I have not had a conversation with, adding more value to the people who aren't ready to talk to me yet, and adding more higher of funnel, so more top of funnel nurture, are business principles. These are not real estate agent activities. These are business principles. This is for all sales. This is for all businesses. These are principles that absolutely work. So I'm focused on growing my business, and these are the 3 things that I know I need to fix to get 18 appointments back on my calendar for next week. And I've started to implement these things. I'm filming this on a Tuesday. I found out the issue on Sunday, and I've already seen more appointments starting to book my calendar again. I don't think I'm gonna have 18 for this week, but I can almost guarantee that next week I'll be right back up to that average number. So here is my point for you as the real estate agent, as the team leader, as the broker owner, wherever you're at in your business, is what are the income producing activities that you need to put into your calendar? Is it, I need to make prospecting phone calls, I need to make follow-up phone calls, I need to go door knocking, cold calling, whatever your lead sources are, what income producing activities do you need to add into your calendar in order to hit that goal you said was so important just a month ago? Now here's a kind of a sneak peek into something else is I have, if you're watching this right as we launched it, I have a twisted the arm of one of my good buddies, Eric Daniels, an agent out in Texas. He has crushed farming for the last several years. He goes and does what he calls a micro farm. So anyway, I got him to agree to a training. So if you're watching this anywhere near when the video came out, all the information is going to be down in the description below on signing up for this training. It's going to be an hour. It's going to be jam-packed. There's going to be a ton of information. I had several of agents on our team went through this training. 2 of them are crushing, actually 3 of them, crushing their farms, and it's been less than a year. He is notorious for taking an agent that is doing no business in the farm to within 90 days getting business from a farm, which, as you know, traditional farming takes forever and takes a fortune. This is something you can do with very little to no money and get a farm going in 90 days. So I twisted his arm. He's going to be doing a training. All the description is down below. Also, if you're watching this way later down the road, we're going to post the recording as well too. So just go register on that page. Link is in the description or in the email or however you're getting this. Make sure you sign up for that. It's going to come up soon. It's going to be a ton of information. You will get the recording. So even if you can't make it, definitely still go. But anyway, I hope you found this valuable. If you did, like, share, comment, all the fun things. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.